To access the Request for Bid section, click on the Request for Bid button on the JobMaster main menu. This opens up a window that shows you all of the requests for bid that have been created and the parts and materials that are in each request for bid. The top grid displays the list of purchase orders, and each purchase order has a number that identifies it, a description, and a date. If you click on a purchase order, then the parts and materials which are in it are displayed in the bottom grid. The quantity is shown for each part and material on the purchase order. If you want to locate a particular purchase order, enter its number into the Locate RFB Number box near the upper right corner of the window, and then press the Return key. Notice that there are also 4 buttons below the list of parts and materials for a purchase order with arrow-like symbols on them. Going from left to right, the leftmost button selects the purchase order at the top of the list. The next one selects the purchase order above the currently selected purchase order in the list. The next one after that selects the purchase order below the current selected vendor in the list. And the last one selects the purchase order at the bottom of the list. To create a new request for bid, click on the New button at the lower left corner of the window. This opens up another window where you create a new request for bid. Near the upper left corner, there is a panel with 3 fields. The RFB number field shows the number that identifies the request for bid. The date field is automatically filled in with today's date, although you can enter another date if you want to. The description field is where you enter a description of the request for bid. This is optional. To the right of the aforementioned fields is where you choose the vendors who you're sending the request for bid to. The list contains all of the vendors that are entered into JobMaster. To choose a vendor to send the RFB to, you have to click on the checkbox for that vendor under the Send RFB column. You can check multiple vendors if you want to send the RFB to multiple vendors. The grid that fills up most of the bottom half of the window is the list of materials and parts on the request for bid. Right now the list is empty because we haven't entered any materials or parts. To enter a new part or material, click on the New Detail button near the bottom right corner of the window. In the window that appears, you need to choose the material or part by choosing its inventory item number, the quantity you want to get bids for, and the expected delivery date. Click on the OK button to save the part or material onto the request for bid, or click on the Cancel button to cancel entering the new part or material. To edit a part or material that's already on the request for bid, click on the part or material you want to edit, and then click on the Edit Detail button. This opens up a window where you can make changes to the material or part. Click on the OK button to save your changes, or click on the Cancel button to get out of this window without saving your changes. If you want to delete a material or part from the request for bid, click on the material or part you want to delete, and then click on the Delete Detail button. You'll be asked to confirm that you want to delete the material or part from the request for bid. Click on the Yes button to confirm that you want to delete it, or click on the No button to leave it on the request for bid. You can print the request for bid by clicking on the Print RFB button. Keep in mind, however, that printing the request for bid will save it, so make sure you want to save it before you print it. To save the request for bid, click on the OK button. To go back to the list of requests for bid without saving the new request for bid, click on the Cancel button instead. If you want to edit a request for bid, click on it and then click on the Edit button. This will open up a window where you can edit the request for bid. To save your changes to the request for bid, click on the OK button, or click on the Cancel button to exit out of this window without saving your changes. If you want to delete a request for bid, click on the request for bid and then click on the Delete button. You'll be asked to confirm that you want to delete the request for bid. Click on Yes to delete the request for bid, or click No if you don't want to delete the request for bid. Click on the Close button to exit from the Request for Bid section and return to the JobMaster main menu.